All right, here we go. We are going to put my battery to the test today, guys, because I didn't stick it on the charger, and it says it's at 12%. So, if my battery dies, which is possible, then you'll see me switch to this one, which is at 53%. So, never fear. If we go kaput, I have a fix for it. So, the weird thing is, this fancy schmancy thing is supposed to charge my phone while I work. And for some reason, it's not doing it. Let me see if I can get the charging aspect to work. Because that would make a huge difference for us. You know what I mean? If it was charging while I was doing this, I wouldn't have to worry. It's done it before, but apparently today we're not going to charge. Okay, well, we'll see how we do, right? Someone has a huge battery. We should be okay with 12%. All right. And that could be, although I've tested it on here and it did actually show it to be charging before. So I don't know if it's a setting thing or what, or if it's got to be using the app to do it. It's not doing it now. Uh, Here's what I can do. Maybe if I turn off some crap I don't need, like the mobile data, boop, we should be able to save a little bit, huh? Turn that brightness down a little bit. There we go. We'll see if that does anything. You didn't. You didn't miss anything important. We were just getting here, and it won't be a long video today. So I'll give it a few minutes for people to show up. Because I said 8:30 and I got on here a little late. My damn projector broke, and it's Super Bowl weekend, so I'm in there trying to fix it and lost track of time a little bit. So that's why I'm 4 or 5 minutes late. I bought it at a pawn shop because I'm super cheap, and I may have to go back to the pawn shop and buy another one. I guess got 4 years out of it. We'll see. I'm gonna try to dribble some shit out and see what can happen. Gotta get rid of Super Bowl if I can. All right, guys. But today, what we are going to do? Who's gonna win? Well, man, you never bet against Tom Brady, unfortunately. Sorry, Patriot fans. But I'd like to see the Rams win because I just want to see something different. You know, I know, no hat, still have hair, very little, but still there. Uh, but today, for the sake of brevity, since I gotta keep checking how much battery I got, let's get right down to it. Let's go ahead and let's sell a snake, shall we? First, we have a lot of well, Travis, don't fret on that because some of them are. Here's the thing for those of you guys that are new. Some of these specials are going to be, like single genes and things like that. Aren't going to be too crazy. And then we'll get into some that are more expensive, like we did a pastel xanthic on here and things like that. And we want it to kind of be all over the board. And the reason for that is that way there's something kind of for everybody. So as we produce more and more animals, we'll keep that kind of mix going, and that's kind of the hope. So some things will be more expensive. So there's everything on these specials for those of you who are new. His price with shipping included. So let's say though you bought another snake and we haven't shipped yet, and you're gonna have a $55 shipping bill. Then what we would do is we would take some of that shipping bill off to ship both, and you just pay the difference in the additional snake, like $25, right? Uh, that's right, you did. That thing was awesome too. I love those pastel xanthics, and I'm hoping for more of them this year. You guys aren't breeding, but you should. Hopefully, she'll go. We're trying to do a lot more xanthic stuff this year, and then the next year is going to kick off even more. So here's the rest of the rules. We do two different kinds of specials here. For those of you, like say, just joined us, we've really expanded this month, so I want to make sure and get everybody up to speed. One is we do a reverse auction where we'll start at a price I set, which is usually market plus shipping, and then we'll lower it down, right? Boom, 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 until somebody says sold. First to say sold gets it. The other thing we just do is a stated amount price. The rules for buying are you have to be a Patreon member at the $5 level and up, and you have to paid 1 month. So you have to actually, your account has to have been charged. If you just signed up this month, you haven't been charged yet, you won't get to participate in January, but you will get to participate in the February. We do one every month. As it grows, right now we're sitting right at that $2,500 goal we have, which should start giveaways if we stay at that, which is cool. The next level we'll actually start doing more of these. So let's get to the snake, right? Let's get to the snake. Gotta find it. That wasn't hard to find. Come here, little one. I need to give you some more water while I'm at it. Here we go. This is, I've been holding this one a while to do this, but oh, so you had a Xena become a Hercules. Hopefully that wasn't for me, but it does happen. But this will be our snake in question today. And what this is a really nice right. If you just signed up and you haven't been billed, we do these once a month, but we kind of set it up so that way people will come in and then they'll leave before they ever get billed. We wanted to make sure that the people who were supporting us long term and had supported us at least 1 month get a chance to purchase and don't have to come in, snipe it, then leave. So that's why we set that rule up that way. I know it kind of seems like, well, crap, I'm here. Why don't I get to buy it? And I'm glad you're here to get to see how this works. But we will do this, and we haven't missed a month yet. This is the closest we came to miss a month with all the movie and everything else. We almost had to push January's and then to do 2 in February. But we were able to get it in the last day. And that's one of those things. That's how it works. I think last month we did a bell, if I remember correctly. But this one here is a black pastel, and it is a female. Its number is 180702. I'll go ahead and just pop it here. Oh, you're probably going to poop on me. I can tell you have a full butt. There you can see a little bit better. No peens. Right? So definitely a little female. And she's already chunking in. She is just going to be waiting on the weather to ship. She is up there already. She wasn't real big when we first had her, but she's a black pastel is what she is. Let me set her here. And she's chunking in at, let me flip this around, a whopping 206 grams. There she is. So black pastel female, 206 grams. She's off to a good start. And she came from our black pastel to our banana clutch, and she is not het for anything that we know of. For this sale, we're going to do a stated amount. So here's the way it works. We say the amount, the first person to write sold gets it, right? And then all you've got to do is put down the deposit, which is usually like 50%, I think, is what we'll probably do on this one, and you'll see why here in a few minutes. So that's what we're going to do. So the amount we state will be the amount, and you can't say sold, which is a word you need to use, until that amount has been stated. Typically I would sell a female black pastel probably for about $90 right now at $125. This was really nice, so we'd probably be at she got some size to right around $100. You know what I'm saying? And then we'd have to ship it, which typically runs between $50 and $60, depending on how far you are out. So typically, what you'd have to invest in this snake would be $150 to $160, roughly. And I'm getting a low battery. We're fine. We've only used 2%. We're doing great. So let's go ahead and set the price. And I think today, just so I don't actually lose money on this thing, why don't we set the price at $65? That's the price. First person to say sold gets the snake shipped to their door for $65. There it is. I didn't think it'd take too long. So Balls of Paradise. And here's the other thing too. When you guys sometimes I have to figure out who you are because your names are different than what I see. It's like I know I've got at least one that I have a name that paid, but I got to figure out who that name goes with the person. So you're going to have to help me out sometimes on that and make sure and let me know who you are. The best way to do it is when you send the PayPal. Oh, Aaron Hopper? Okay, awesome. But when you send like the PayPal, just put a link on there. So now what we have to do is have to put 50% down. And Aaron, do you have any other snakes coming from us still? My computer's upstairs. It's hooked up to the projectors. I'm trying to fix it. Because if you do, like I say, this will kind of fall on that same shipping package. But all you've got to do is put 50% down, and that would go to my email. And yep, Balls is first. He was saying sold if you didn't get it. It will be at mattgambrell@hotmail.com. Let's see if I can comment that in there, if it'll let me do that. No, it will not. I don't know why. But anyway, here's what we'll do. I have a way to do that. I'm going to post that in the Patreon. Maybe. If I can do it at the same time. There it is. So, oh, and for those that are new to comments, you have to go to YouTube to do the comments so I can see them, right? Some of them go quick. Some of them do go quick. So if you look over on there, there is the come on, focus. I didn't focus, but it's listed on there. So we're going to start the 5 minutes, and on $65, you just need around $30 sent to the PayPal, and that will hold it. Okay, Google, set a timer for 5 minutes. So,
all right, 5 minutes.
There we go. 18:15:04. Matt, I'm glad you reminded me because I hadn't, and I also need to take a picture of a pie for Timothy Lotman while I'm here. 18:15:04. Oh, you're wanting to know if that one has sold yet? I literally haven't had a chance to check. If it wasn't listed in the comments and it wasn't listed as anything that was pulled back, it shouldn't have been sold. Where did I stick 18:15:04? Here is how it's doing. So, I know some of these did sell, but there it is. But because I literally just got home and started trying to work on that project really fast before I had to do this, I haven't had a chance to really check on anything. Sounds like a... Uh-oh. Oh, Winwood, just before we ship it, somebody's got an RI. Oh, I missed about an RI. What's going on with an RI? There are snakes that will make a click that isn't an RI. So it's kind of an odd behavior. I've seen it done. And it's like, and it's usually when they're pissed. But if it's got a wheeze all the time when it breathes, the email is just mattgambrell@hotmail.com, balls. And if you look on the Patreon, I put it in the comments for you. And what's the sound like, Luis? Does it sound like a wheeze, or what's it? What's the noise? Can you describe it? I know it's hard to do in writing, but let's give it a shot. No bubbles is good, you know. And yeah, RI is it's just everybody uses that for shorthand for respiratory infection. No bubbles is good, and I have had some of them with this coconut. You know, it's kind of fine. So, one thing I have had them happen to them before is when they're digging around, they'll get a little piece, especially trying to shed, getting in their nose, and it'll cause a little bit of a whistle. My black pastel female's done that to me twice, and I have to like, oh my god, and like find out what it is. And my green tree python, every time he gets near shed, he whistles. And then as soon as he sheds, it's gone. It's just as the skin comes on the nose, it ends up kind of making this little wee. But if it's a click, they can actually make a click sound, and a few of them do that. If it's a chirping, that's a little bit different. That chirping like a bird, I'm not exactly sure what that would be. I would definitely say you need to keep an eye. I agree with everybody else. You need to keep an eye on some signs for RI, which would be, if it's like stargazing, trying to hold his head up a lot to let mucus run down because they can't cough that crap out. And that would be one. Hey, paid in full. That's even the best way to do it. And the reptile, yep, it was 65. I got it. You're good. Okay, Google, stop the timer. And that is, like I say, that's a shipped price. Aaron, do you have any other snakes you're expecting from us, or is that the only one? Because if that's the only one, then we're 100% good. If it's not the only one, and I got to see what you paid on the other ones, we may actually owe you some money back. Because, like I say, that'll save. Okay, because you'll actually save on shipping because we'll give you that discount if you buy a special on everything. So, like, what I mean by that, guys, is let's say, I build into that price so much for shipping, and then what I do is if you have a second snake, well, we'll discount the shipping by $55. Now, 2 snakes usually costs like $70 to ship, and we'll just charge you the 15. So there is a point to buying multiple, even if, yeah. That would, now raising the humidity, if you're really worried about it too, going to paper towels and raising the temperature if you think it's not right. Not like 100 degrees, but a little bit. We're getting close to Anthony. We just filmed Clutch Update number 16. I wanted to hold that video until February because we did have so many people that have recently joined, and I wanted them to be able to participate in that, you know, and then Clutch 17 will be the next one to film. Clutch 17 has had a few struggling eaters, so that's what's kind of closed that up, and Clutch 16 has had one that we are not even going to release yet because it is eating so terribly that I've got to, like, I've been assist feeding it the whole time, and it's kind of fighting me. Man, no problem. I hope everything's okay. And sometimes, you know, respiratory is a boogeyman in the closet. Uh, it really is. But if it's early on, and that's ends up what you think it ends up being, a slight increase in heat by a couple degrees, so instead of being at 90 on that steak, what I'll do is I'd go to paper towels and I'll bump the temperature of their tub a little bit. Kind of like when you get a fever, you know, when you're going to clear your sickness out, your infection with the fever, right? They can't do that because they're cold blooded. By giving them the chance to overheat, you can actually help cure some of that. However, you got to be very, very careful because if you overheat them, you can start cooking some brain cells too, right? So you got to make sure you're walking a fine line there. Oh man, I'm glad about that. We've been a big help. I mean, that's our goal here, you know. Yes, that's what we're gonna do, Ryan. Actually, and we may end up having to do that on Clutch 17 as well. Problem on 17 is there's a couple of them, whereas on 16 there was just one. So we want to get through 16, and then we'll do 17. And we'll probably give it a little bit just to spread it out, because then there's going to be a big, big gap before we have more babies. I mean, just because, well, the way around it, right? Right. Definitely quarantine that one too. So, yes, we are going to do carpet babies, but not this season. I think it'll be one more year. I'm hoping to be able to do that. So, oh, I haven't looked yet. If you send them, that would be awesome. I need to get them to Kurt, so I need to get them to. That way he can use them to put in there. That would be pretty cool. So we're really hoping, and I'll tell you what, I'm really excited about. We're going to do carpets because I'm a big believer that our carpet's going to be really something special. So I'm really hoping for that. Oh, Timothy, while you're here, let me show you your pied. The sale was a black pastel female. And your pied was 181001. Is that correct? Am I right on that, Timothy? It was 181001? Yes, okay. Oh. Nothing makes her ball. I'll show you something you can do, but some of them don't ball very well. Here it is. It's doing really well. Come on, don't hide. There it is. Really nice color on that one. Really orange. Let me get it where it's not like in the shadows. There, it's good. You know, and again, 2 full bands of white, some up the sides. Nothing crazy on the white, but just a color. And then too, you got a lot of white flaming up on the side right there. So it is doing wonderful. It will be coming to you, and it's ready to go. All these pies are ready to go. It's been so dang cold. It's sitting at like 172 grams, so it's doing wonderful. I will tell you, it does like to break its water dish, so be prepared for that. Now, when you get a really nasty one, and then I will have to hop off of here because of the fact that, well, my battery's going to just die. This is probably one of our nastiest ones. It does not like to ball. It likes to bite at everything. And so, what you do is you simply just come from behind it and, well, now it's going to crawl around. But if you can touch it on the nose from behind, and then just kind of, and you're not ever going to maybe get it to completely ball up, but you can get to retract the head and start changing its attitude. See, and sometimes you just got to keep working with it. And I'm not putting any pressure on it. I'm not hurting it or anything like that. Just kind of can roll it. Almost like, you know, there you go. There will ball up. And there's its head down there. And you're just changing that attitude, but you're not squeezing it. You're not pushing it. You're just kind of covering it and letting it kind of go into that position. But I don't mind them when they're curious running around as long as they're not in the strike position. And she's now going to be nice and calm. So, not too bad. Of course, that's my little calendar female, too. I love it to death. So, oh, yeah, he's eating great. He's eating live. You know, everybody has problems on feeding pieds, and I've had some pieds that are stubborn. But this last clutch, Hey, get your tail in there. Long pincher. This last special did really well. He's taking rats, so you can feed him like, probably not a full-size pup yet. You probably could a small one. He'll be good. He's eating like a beast. So they're all been killers. I mean, we feed him not like, I wouldn't say like a pink, but not like, God, what's the name of it? In between a pup and a pink, like a crawler, I think is what he calls them, and giving them. So yes, that was the Cal B, right? So yes, no, the calendar doesn't have the pastel. The calendar just has a. Did I say calendar? Yeah, that's the Calibi. You're right. But all right, guys, I need to probably hop up off of here because if not, I'm gonna end up making a rude exit, and I hate doing that. The black pastel was it. So sometimes CRM, sometimes we do a reverse auction, and sometimes we do just a straight up sale. And the reverse auctions are way more fun, and I know everybody enjoys them. I enjoy doing them. But here's the thing. Whenever we do a reverse auction, if I had to reverse auction that snake, we'd have started at probably like $160 just to cover shipping and what it would normally be, the whole way, right? And it likely would have probably sold, I don't know, maybe around 120. And so you still get a good deal, but I've found that reverse auctions, while they're really fun, they're almost better for us and not as good of a deal for you guys. So I'm trying to come up with some other ways to make really cool deals. I got an idea to do something really fun next year. That's going to be, I think, cool to do. I got to talk to Kurt, make sure he's on board. But when I do a straight up sale, then I know I'm going to be sending you that snake for about half the cost at least. In this case, it was actually less than half the cost. So I want to make sure and do some of those too. So I make sure that we're honoring our promise of those specials being a truly special sale, a truly special deal. And and every now and then you'll find a black pastel for 65 somewhere else, but not shipped. I mean, that's literally probably what it cost me to ship it. If you include the box, the heat pack, and everything, I'm probably going to spend $65 to ship that snake, which is fine. Like, that's great. I want it to be that way. I want those deals to be good. You guys are covering that tenfold, so I owe you all that. Just keep working with her, and she'll probably settle down. Sometimes it just takes time. So that was her goal. That was her goal. All right, guys, let me hop off of here. Thank you so much, and we'll have a new video coming out. We have one today. You got to see all the rattlesnakes in the house and hear Question Girl's idea about those, and then we have another one coming out about progress on the new place. This will be something you guys have kind of seen before because we're going to give everybody a little bit of a tour of it. And we have, of course, the clutch update coming out. That's the two things to look forward to coming out here very, very soon. So thank you guys. I love you all. We'll see you very, very soon.